What's going on, man? I say, what's going on, man? It's your boy Hawk the Five Dudes Gun, aka the Medicated Gamer, locking it down right here, YouTube, man. I just had to come on here for a second, man. I had to come on here for a second, lock a load for a minute, man. For it has come to my attention that April 24th of 2025, I said 25, ladies and gentlemen, Nintendo Switch pre-orders went live in Eastern and Western coasts around the world. Various retailers like Game in the UK as well as GameStop in the United States. Online merchants such as Target.coms, followed by bestofbuying.coms, as well as martofwalls.coms, supposedly was going to have 12 o'clock or 12:30 a.m. midnight later on release of pre-orders. And you know what's crazy for me being in my 40s and things of that nature, man. I tell you this, right? Your boy, excuse me, coffee break. That's hot, by the way. As I sat idly by April 23rd, 2025, I was sitting in here and I was thinking to myself, I said, Self, are you going to use one of your various internet connected devices to try to go to a .com to secure a pre-order for a Nintendo Switch 2? The inner Stone Cold Steve Austin said, immediately. For I wasn't going to try to be going to .coms. Let me tell you why. Because I'm 42 years old. And I can remember pretty much every video game console released since 1985's Nintendo Entertainment System. I was 2. My mother bought me and my older brother James, who was 12 at the time, that system for that year's Christmas. Every video game system that debuted after that, I've seen the release for. Whether it was a Game Boy, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, 32X, Sega CD, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64, PlayStation, PlayStation 2, Xbox, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Virtual Boy, Wonder Swan Color, Wonder Swan Pocket, Sega Game Gear, Sega Nomad, and every system since. And pretty much own a lot of those to this day. In fact, sitting in front of me right now is a plethora of PlayStation 5 physical disc-based games, all of which got discs, no digital code box, and various PlayStation 4 games, some of which are PS5 doubles, to where if you had the PS4 version, you get the PS5 for free. I also have a PS5 Pro, an Xbox. I wanted to make sure I really emphasize this because I didn't stutter that. There is a regular PS5 that I got launched from Sony direct in my living room, regular PS5. PS5 Pro, sitting right here in front of my OLED. LG CX 55-inch. Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch. On that dresser, what is that? I'm about to call it a PSP. PlayStation Vita Blue John from Japan. Carolina Blue John. PS3 down there. In my living room, PS4 Pro, the 500 million limited edition blue see-through John. The original Xbox out there as well. The original Xbox, OG John. Arcade one-up machine. But they don't count. We're talking consoles. I got a lot of consoles. I still got my Nintendo from 1985 in my closet. Just that the lip that closed down when you put your cartridge in there, that joint broke off. I still got it though. Still in my closet. Still got it. I say all that to say this. I didn't watch various video game releases. I didn't see several. I used to watch on TV on a channel called G4 when systems like PS3, Xbox 360 was coming out. They used to have whole events in New York and Times Square where sometimes Bill Gates would show up and give somebody their first Xbox. Yeah, he was the first in line, pre-ordered his, yay. But a lot of people didn't get them. So the news always showed the good, right? But they never showed the bad. And the internet wasn't as prevalent for social media and YouTube or stuff like that. So there wasn't somebody just picking up their phone like, yeah, guys, I totally crashed out when I freaking couldn't get my pre-order. No, it wasn't like that back then. But people crashed out. Certain stores did midnight releases for various copies of Madden NFL football in the early 2000s. And some of them kids and young adults and adults was getting jumped and beat up for their copy of a video game, a CD on PS2 or Xbox, Madden. Not a system. So I've also seen how going to the physical stores, they didn't just always let people just pre-order a whole bunch of stuff. See, back when stores first transitioned, when we got Funko Land turning into GameStop, GameStop implemented different things. Then you had EB, Electronics Boutique. They were separate. They weren't the same company yet. Trust me, I know I worked for both. When they were separate and together. But I digress. I remember working at the EB Games Electronics Boutique in Plymouth Meeting Mall in Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania, when I was a younger boy. I remember when the Xbox was debuted at E3 and our store manager, Chris, cool ass white boy Chris, respect you, brother, love you, God bless your family. That guy went to E3, took a certain someone with them, and we saw things that wasn't out yet. I remember somebody won a Pikachu car, like a PT Cruiser that was Pikachu themed. It had a Pikachu Nintendo 64 in the back of that joint with Hey You Pikachu or some shit like that on that joint. E3 was fire, right? But he came back with something called, or they sent back to our store, they shipped something called the Microsoft Treasure Chest. And they had 3 Xbox consoles and 3 copies of games like NFL Fever, NBA Inside Drive, Shenmue 2. It's something else I'm missing. It wasn't Halo. It's something else I'm missing the game. It was 4 games, but they sent 3 copies of each game and 3 systems. And the store manager could have gave one to whoever. But I digress. Everybody couldn't get a pre-order for an Xbox. There was no pandemic. There was no shortage of computing chips or no excuses. But everybody couldn't get a pre-order for an Xbox. They had a cutoff date because they recognized that back before Funko Lands and all them stores that actually did pre-orders and layaway services, because that's what it used to be called. If you went to Sears, Kmart, Kitty City, Toys R Us, they called it layaway. The stuff wasn't out yet, but you get paid on it up until the date. And then when it come out, you have a certain number of days or whatever to go get it before they sell it to the regular customers. But I digress. In this time, I've watched how PlayStation 2s, everybody couldn't get a PS2. I saw people getting turned away from Funko Land when the PlayStation 2 debuted and pre-orders was coming out and being taken. I remember people being upset. So I've seen both sides of this coin. In the same pre-order with PlayStation 2 at the same location, I saw people get told we out of pre-orders, we can't pre-order no more systems. And I also saw that people that had pre-orders, when the day came out, they had to do a staggered release for multiple days. So that you got to pick your shit up in 48 hours didn't hold for that pre-order because everybody didn't get their system. All these people pre-ordered it, but for all the people that pre-ordered it, before they cut it off, all them people didn't get one. And some of the people did, they had to wait multiple days because some only came in this number. Only 13 came in. Only 20 came in. Only 15 came in. But we had hundreds of pre-orders. And that was PS2, y'all. And that was in a major market area. They get lots of numbers. Our district got lots of traffic. We getting everything in big, big numbers. We ain't getting no scarcities. That being said, they cut those off. So now we fast forward. Let's go all the way up until the Xbox 360 and the PS3. Xbox 360 was out a year before the PS3. Xbox 360, everybody couldn't get a pre-order. And the same thing I just said about PS2, that shit happened with 360. People got pre-orders. It was like 45, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 pre-orders. It was people that got told, well, hey, man, we can't do no more pre-orders. And then on that same side of the coin for that same system, people that did pre-order them Jones was told, we ain't get enough systems sent to us yet. Don't worry, we'll call you when we get another shipment in, da-da-da-da-da. There was no pandemic. There was no chip shortage or nothing like that. I'm not even sure if companies was getting their district manager told from the store managers and the general managers by, hey, Nintendo, Sega, whoever, Microsoft, Sony, they only giving us 237,000 units. And we have to dilly them up through all states, through all districts. So certain districts that do foot traffic and do good numbers and sell high volume items and shit like that, they gonna get more than other ones and blah blah blah. I don't know if it worked like that back then, but I do know they was cutting off pre-orders, and they had people that did pre-order it that wasn't able to get them, and that's going back to PS2, Nintendo 64, PS3, which came out a year after Xbox 360. Go to PS4. I remember GameStops, they ain't do no shit like they had nowadays where they put up a paper on the door saying we only going to have this many consoles for pre-order. They ain't do that. You had to go into the store. They wasn't telling you shit over the phone either. They can't do that. And I trust me, I know we're not supposed to do that. I don't need my district manager to tell me that. I don't need no formal training outside my store manager to tell me we're not supposed to tell no numbers of how many copies of a game or systems for pre-order we got and nothing like that. So that's out the window. I said all that to say this. I took a lot of time. It don't matter. This is my page. I'm not monetized. This is just my feelings because my journey of getting my Nintendo Switch pre-order, if you would allow me just a second, because I believe I left my receipt over here on the other side of the room. Okay? Bam. Got it. Here we are. All alone. In the room. Chilling like a molo. Saying, ho-do. I'm about to smoke some more of that dro, bro. It's like, oh, let me stop. That being said, I knew I wasn't going to go online because we get all the way to PS4. There was no pandemic. Xbox One, they're also on the same joint because this time the system didn't have no year head starts or anything like that. They actually came out around the same time, similar to the PS5 and the Xbox Series. Now, everybody went to these stores. Everybody went on websites, and websites crashed. But again, even though YouTube and all that shit existed, if you go look up right now, such and such pre-order, put a system name in there. Put Nintendo GameCube pre-order. Put Nintendo 3DS pre-order. Put Nintendo Wii pre-order. Put Nintendo Switch 1 pre-order. Put PS3 pre-order. Put Xbox 360 pre-order on YouTube. And tell me the prevalence of videos where people were talking about the websites, whether it was Target, Best Buy, Walmart, or GameStop, or EB Games, or Sears.com, or Kmart, or Sam's Club, or Costco, or whoever was selling shit, Kitty City, Toys R Us, whoever had authorization to sell video games and do pre-orders, they were cutting them joints off. Systems was crashing. I don't mean the video game system, I mean online systems and servers were crashing when people were flooding the websites. And back then, I don't even know if it was scalpers. Because I wasn't checking no eBay after a pre-order would come out and say, oh, they trying to put the pre-order they just put up there for $3,000 and stuff like that. But I did start paying attention to that during the PlayStation 3 release because I was outside in some part of Pennsylvania. I think it was Wallingford. I think we were in Wallingford, Pennsylvania at a fucking Walmart. And they came outside. People was lined up outside. The store was open, but they was lined up outside because they was going to come out and make an announcement about pre-ordering the Wii and pre-ordering the PS3. Was it the Wii? I think it was the Wii. Pre-ordering Nintendo Wii and pre-ordering the mother freaking PS3. And they was coming out giving people this little card saying that you got, you know, if you get one of these cards, who's out here for PS3? People raise their hand. Who out here for Nintendo Switch? Certain people raise their hand. One of these ladies said they was in line since Sunday. My nigga, this was Friday when we out there. And we out there the day before because they going to start doing this shit midnight Saturday. And that lady said she was out there, old head too, said she was out there since Sunday waiting for a Nintendo Wii pre-order to get the ticket from freaking Walmart. We got 3 PS3s because me, my homie, and his brother was separate in line and got 3 tickets. And I didn't know they was going to put them joints online and sell. Mine wasn't for sale. I bought mine. I played my PS3. I still got games for my PS3. I just traded in the model that I used to have, that fat original 60, which I should have never did because I forgot that system was backwards compatible. But I digress. I did it long time ago, and I got a slimmer one, the Slim Bob John. But I digress. Those systems were hard to pre-order in store and online. There was no pandemic. There was no, oh, you see what happened because they had chip shortage. No. So now when I see always when the pandemic did happen and PS5 and Xbox Series were hindered by chip shortages and shipping issues and the pandemic, it's like, all right, I done learned all my life that this store stuff used to be easy, but even when you used to be able to just walk in and do it, sometimes you wasn't even guaranteed it, but they would tell you if you put your money down, you're guaranteed to join. All right. Now, all these websites that came out and all these different ways to do stuff, now systems are so exclusive, regardless of which one it is. It could be a Steam Deck. It don't even gotta be a system. That shit could be a what's them things called? Them graphic cards. Let me see a number if I can remember it. RTX 3090 or 4090 or 3890 or something. RTX graphics cards. It was people hacking websites and scamming the joints to get a whole bunch of them so they can sell them at exorbitant rates. That's not even a video game system. It's a graphics card for your computer to upgrade your shit. So ever since the pandemic, I'm definitely going to learn. If I didn't learn in none of them other system releases that I just gave y'all that rhetoric about, in my journey of acquiring my, what did I do with the receipt just now? I dropped it. In my journey of acquiring my Nintendo Switch pre-order, I knew in my mind, just based on everything I just said to y'all, that I had more of a better chance of going to a local GameStop and not on some overnight camping. No disrespect to nobody, because some of y'all that did overnight found out you didn't even have to do that in some of the areas and districts that y'all lived in, because when you went out there and you looked at that little paper that was on the wall on your store and it said we're gonna have this many regular Switch 2s and this many Switch 2 bundle Mario Kart worlds, you was like, what? And then all of a sudden some of y'all stayed out there in y'all cars and shit, and you realized people didn't come out there lining up until about an hour or two, sometimes maybe 3 hours. The longest I see was like 4 to 5 hours. That was because it was a mall location. But all the brick and mortar out on the street level stores, and people were just showing up a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour, hour or two, and nobody was out there, or it was 10 people or 8 people. I tell you what, I knew it would be better to go to a GameStop. Now, at the end of this video, when I get finished running my mouth, you're going to see several photos. One of them is going to be a screenshot, not a screenshot, but me taking a picture with my rear camera, not my front face selfie, with my front camera. When I arrived at the location where I'm going to tell you I went, and people were there. I went down there and walked inside that location. By the way, it opens at 11 a.m., that local GameStop. I got in that line, like literally walked in the doors of this area and got to the location where the GameStop is located at 10:24 a.m. You are going to see several people just standing around, several females, several males just standing there. And I'm like, that's the line. Like, there's a picture. Then you're going to see a picture of the door of the GameStop. That shows that picture that every GameStop, that paper that every GameStop that was doing pre-orders had, that said we got this number of regular consoles and this number of console bundles, right? Then you're going to see a photo of my receipt with redacted information on it, blurred out personal information. When I tell you that local GameStop had 57 Switch bundles, Switch 2 bundle Mario Karts, and 27. It was 53 and 27. Yeah, that's 80. They had 53 bundles and 27 regular Switches available. When I got down there, it was 12 people in front of me. I was number 13. All I wanted was the bundle. For right now. That's all I wanted. Just give me Mario Kart Switch Bundle 2. Let me get my hands on it. Start building with it, because I got a Switch 2. Switch 1. And I got about 6, 12, 18. I got about 20 physical cartridges on my Switch and about 48 to 54. I bought some games and I only had like 48 for a long time. But I ended up buying like that Turtle Splintered Fate, the Cruising joint when it came out, the Cruising Blast. It's something else that I bought digital. But I got like 50 something digital games for my regular Switch and like 20 something cartridges for my regular Switch. So knowing the number of Switches that was going to be available, like I didn't know pre-hand or nothing like that, I figured it would be better just to go down to a GameStop about a half hour before they open and just see, because there is no chip shortage. There was no pandemic that said Nintendo couldn't manufacture a certain number. Plus, I don't know how many other people knew this, but I knew just by reading. Some stuff you can believe, some stuff you can't, but at least it's out there. It's rumored that there is already 750,000 Nintendo Switches over here before Trump ever said anything about tariffs, right? So before they made the announcement that we could pre-order Switches on April the 9th, the original pre-order date, and then they nixed that because of the whole tariff announcements. Before any of that happened, it is rumored that Nintendo has already shipped to the United States area, not count no other country that they ship some to. They already had 750,000 units here already in the United States. So for me, just going off that number, not saying they didn't send any more, not saying they didn't hear about the tariff news and then they sent more before it kicked in or whatever, just counting 750,000 and going through Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and GameStop. Let's just say out of that 750,000, GameStop Corporation gets 250,000. Walmart, which is bigger than all those companies, gets 350,000. That's 500,000, 600,000 right there. And then the other 150,000 gets split between Target and Best Buy. So that's 75 and 75. Let's just deal with those numbers. It is a reason why all the stores in every district and every city and state and country that those manufacturers and corporations exist in have a specified number. And I would not dare, based on the information that I had on, not even just information, with my two eyes seen, looking at all those years of pre-ordering this, pre-ordering that, and people that did put their money down, was there early in the morning, camped out overnight, was number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, first 10 people. And some of the people didn't get their shit because it was a first come, first served basis after you pre-order it. You ain't in no line and nothing like that once it come out and you go pick your shit up. So if the store pre-ordered 230 systems, but they only got 130 sent to them on initial release week and they didn't know they wasn't going to get the other joints, some of the people that pre-ordered their system is not going to get that shit. 100 people not going to get their system. And I can guarantee you, all 100 of the people going to be pissed when them GameStop or whoever you work at tell you, hey, sorry, we didn't get all the shipment and we only got this number. And people came in and picked their joint up. And first thing, some of them people that was waiting in line for all those days and hours going to say, I was number 1 though. Y'all should have held one for me. Like I was number 1. I was first in line. It's not about the line that you was in when you pre-ordered. It's about, did you come here when we opened up the store in the morning when everybody started picking their joints up, or did you wait until you got off of work at 5 o'clock and all them joints that we had pre-ordered, we only got 133 in? We got 235 pre-orders. We only got 133 in. We missing 102 of them joints. What we gonna do? See, people paid their money for it, waited all them hours in line and everything. I'm talking about back in the day shit too. People that waited in lines for the original Xboxes and all that, and they couldn't get a pre-order. They was hoping there was going to be some left over for sale, and it wasn't. They was going home sad. Only difference is, like I said, back then, YouTube and all that shit wasn't as prevalent or exist to the point where we could just go up there, yeah, guys, I was just out there trying to get my system, and here's my journey. Like, you didn't see that. All you seen was if the news covered, hey, this is Grand Theft Auto Vice City coming out. It's the biggest, most controversial game, and we're here live at a GameStop in such and such New York. How are you guys doing? Now everybody standing outside waiting to pick up their midnight releases and shit like that. And some people did not get their copies. Stores didn't get certain allotments that they thought they was going to get. So in that regard, and seeing what happened with online orders, I said, ain't no way in hell I'm going to be sitting on the computer, laptop, cell phone, you know what I'm saying, PlayStation, Xbox, web browser, something like that. Come out, go to Target, Best Buy, Walmart.com. Oh, man, here we go. Oh, it says sold out, oh, crashing. No, I wasn't going through that. If I didn't get a pre-order, man, through GameStop, by the way, I'm talking about. If I didn't get a pre-order through GameStop, because that's the only way I was going to try to anyway, only physical, not trying to get online. In terms of I wasn't going to GameStop.com and waiting until 11 o'clock in the morning of the 24th to do it, where everybody was talking about it crashed. Yeah, it did crash at 12 o'clock midnight because all y'all was going on GameStop.com at midnight and they didn't have no Switches available at midnight. They wasn't releasing any Switch pre-orders online until 11 o'clock in the morning, like when most stores open. That being said, I wanted a physical experience. And I knew going to where I'm about to say I went, there was going to be a likelihood that, yeah, it could be a mob of people down there, but I know that store do business, so they should get a nice little number. It's not going to be that many people down there. It's a mall area. They call it now the fashion district here in Philadelphia. I'm old enough to know it is called the Gallery. That being said, down in that mall, they have a GameStop. Used to be a software, etc. for many years. And then it got GameStop once that company got bought out. But I digress. Homegirl B made me feel really good. You know what I'm saying? Because when I looked at the door, we see, because I didn't get out the line when I first walked up. I just stayed in the line. You know what I mean? It was 10:24. Store opened at 11 a.m. It was 12 people in front of me. I was number 13. When we get to the front of the store, and I can see the door, take a picture. Bam. Got that little paper. 27 and 53. I said, this store got 80? That's crazy. I can only imagine other stores in this district. Ones that got way more foot traffic. That's a bigger store. It's not this smaller store. I can only imagine bigger stores that's in this district. I'm not even talking about all the other ones in every other district of Philadelphia, just in this district where I'm at in Center City. Yo, if this store got 80, 53 and 27, which I want to say that in reverse because it was 27 regular Switch 2s and 53 Switch bundles. If they got that many, other stores gonna get them Jones. Hey man, I got mine. I ain't put a bunch of stuff down on nothing else. I just got 50 bones. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Switch 2. You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep my information, but I got my John. And you know, because I wasn't like streaming stuff on Switch 1, I don't know how Twitch is gonna be incorporated and if I can stream it directly off the system like I do with Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5 and 4. But if allowed, I'm gonna start streaming some of those games. I'm definitely gonna have Mario Kart popping. If not, the worst case scenario, I'll probably set up the Galaxy S24 Plus, put that joint on one of them little stands and turn it sideways, go to my Twitch and just live stream off the phone, aim it directly at the OLED screen and let that thing go boppity bop bop, you feel me? But, you know, there's a lot of folks that went out and was mad. And I understand some of y'all not even really trying to play the game. Y'all just make content because it's like the thing to do. And I don't mean make content with the games. I mean, some of y'all literally did all this all this Target, Best Buy, Walmart joint just because it's like a thing that get views. It's a popular analytical topic. And that's why I wasn't even going to do this. But then it's like, hold on, I actually play video games. And I'm telling you, I don't buy games to collect. My games get open, even though there are several games for most of my systems that I haven't opened yet. My back catalog ridiculous. My PlayStation 5, I got like 800 and something Johns that's on that digital list. And then I got all these games in front of me. And some of these games I never cracked the plastic off of, and I had them since release. Whatever year they came out. Demon Souls, release game, never opened it. Uncharted Collection, PS5 version, never opened it. What's that? House of Ashes, never opened it. Valkyrie Elysium, never opened it. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, never opened it. One Piece Odyssey, never opened it. I opened and I'm playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I never opened up and played Assassin's Creed Mirage. That joint down there is still sealed and plastic easily. Go over to the PlayStation 4 side, Hitman 2 still sealed. Shadow of War still sealed. What's that? Life is Strange 2 still sealed. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection still sealed. Yakuza Remastered Collection with 3, 4, and 5 on it still sealed. Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider Special Edition, Lara Croft Edition with the Steelbook and all that. Still sealed. Original version of HD Resident Evil 4. Not the one that came out, you know, on PS5 and Xbox. But, you know, the old school joint that was on GameCube and then it came out on PS, you know what I'm saying, and Xbox. Bam, got that, still sealed. And these are all the years they came out. What's that? The Bayonetta Cross with Vanquish 20th Anniversary Collection, John, still sealed. What's that? Yakuza 6 Art of Life Edition, still sealed in a long-ass case. Still sealed. Like, I got a lot of stuff that I still got to go back and play. Not to mention all the newer stuff like on these Yuri Kills and Karate Kids and Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Tekken 8, Rise of the Ronin, what's that? Assassin's Creed Shadows. What's that? Dynasty Warriors Origin, Hogwarts, Alan Wake 2, never even played that. Alan Wake 2, God of War, Ragnarok, never even beat that yet. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, never even beat that yet. Stellar Blade, I did beat that. You know what I'm saying? Resident Evil 4 beat that. Diablo 4 beat it to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? What's over there? Ghostwire Tokyo beat it. You know what I'm saying? Far Cry 6, never beat it. Barely even played it. Got like 5 hours of gameplay. Lost Judgment, never opened it. That's another game I never opened. Lost Judgment, never opened it. I beat the first Judgment. Deathloop, never beat it. Street Fighter 6, still got to finish my regular, what's that shit called? World Tour mode. I got a lot of games, man. I play my games, all that stuff on Wii. That's over there, that Hyrule Warriors joint. You know what I'm saying? Fire. All the Mario joints I got. Fire. I never even played my remake to RPG yet. Or my Mario Wonder, still sealed. You feel me? I'm hoping they don't put no Switch 2 version of that out. So I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna end up having to buy that shit. Or at least get the upgrade version, John. But there's a lot of stuff on Switch I never played. I still didn't beat my Metroid Dread yet. I'm still playing and that game fire. And I bought that joint, that Castlevania Game Boy Advance collection joint. Fire. I love Castlevanias and Metroid. Just happen to have them both. Mario Odyssey. That game fire. And I'm still in like the first couple of stages of that joint. I didn't even do nothing on that game, and I had it since release. I got a lot of games, y'all. I play these joints, man. My back catalog's stupid. So I'm getting it to play, not to sell. So for you guys and gals out there that's trying to get 2, 3, 4, 5, y'all's part of the problem. Y'all acting like fake ass scalpers. Y'all mini bots. Y'all not the big bots who get like 3,000 and then put them on eBay for $1,500 and stuff like that. No. Y'all mini bots. Because why you need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Jones? I'm going to get one from Walmart, Best Buy, Target, and if they let me go to the GameStop and steal some there at the store, I'm going to get one from GameStop, and I'm going to send my friend. I'm going to have him get one. He don't even want one, but I'm going to have him get one. I'm going to have my wife get one. Why y'all trying to get all these Jones? I know why. So yeah, man, my journey was awesome. Get up in the morning, take the trolley downtown, walk from 13th Street to 10th Street, go inside the doors, see some folks standing in front, 12 heads. Y'all can count. You can zoom in on the picture and everything. Like I said, I'm going to put the pictures up at the end of this. And next thing you know, I get to the front of the line when it's my turn. In terms of not at the register, but is now I can walk forward and see inside the store. Oh, look how many it said they got. Take a picture of that. And then show my receipt. Take a picture of that. Boom. All I did was pre-order the system. They didn't talk about nothing else, so they know how I am with my games. And I used to work for the company. And Brooke know me. You ain't got to try to upsell me with nothing. You ain't going to play no games. I feel bad for some of the people out there in, what was that? Astoria? Y'all can look this up. I think 8-Bit Eric covered this. There might be various others, but I think I saw 8-Bit Eric cover this. I believe there was a GameStop in Astoria that was telling people you can't pre-order the Switch unless you get one of them GameStop bundles that come with a 1 to 2 year warranty from GameStop, the other GameStop PRP, and then this pouch and all this in the third. And the lady talked about it and said, yeah, they made me have to do this in the third. It was like pretty much over $700 that it's going to end up being, because $500 for the system, and then like this package that come with like over $200 worth of stuff that I have to get. They're not going to let you pre-order the system without that. Yo, what's crazy is GameStop, the company, tweeted about it and said, we are currently investigating that store. And anybody that was there that got told that, you need to contact them people. If you did pre-order, show them the receipts and all that. If you didn't pre-order because of that, let them know you was in that store. Yeah, man, you ain't supposed to do that. And I'm glad they didn't do that with me. I feel bad for the people out there that they did that to. But everybody, for the most part, that went to a GameStop got their pre-orders. I haven't seen not one person ranting and raving like, my GameStop experience for getting a pre-order was, Their screenshot is them like, and it's like a GameStop in the background. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, everybody that went to the actual store, and believe it or not, 11 a.m. and throughout the day and some more of yesterday, and they might do it today. Today is what, Saturday? Oh, I apologize. Today is Monday. So this is now 4 days ahead. But I got mine 24th. You know what I'm saying? That day, from 11 o'clock when stores opened, the online version of GameStop was doing online pre-orders. You had to pay the whole price, of course, but they were doing the online pre-orders at 11 o'clock in the morning of, like, when the sun was rising, not 11 o'clock at night and 12 is about to turn from the 23rd to the 24th. A lot of y'all went to GameStop website and you kept putting up pictures talking about it crashed. Oh, they were trash. Everybody must have sold it out. No, they didn't sell it out. GameStop didn't sell nothing at 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10 o'clock in the morning of the 24th. They only started putting pre-orders on their websites at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That would be 10 a.m. I apologize. That would be 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. These folks was on the website at nighttime and pretty much gave up. Didn't even know that GameStop wasn't offering them until 11 in the morning. Until stores opened. That being said, everybody that went to a brick and mortar store, and again, even some that did the online, were able to secure a Nintendo Switch regular or Nintendo Switch Mario Kart World bundle at GameStop. So you mean to tell me all them people, and most of y'all, especially these YouTubers who make these videos and be talking about stuff, y'all got all these clicks and likes and all that, Y'all got vehicles. I gotta take like lifts and stuff like that. Inceptor. But y'all got vehicles. And none of y'all thought to at least drive past a GameStop the night that they closed on the 23rd? Because that's when all the store leads told their peoples, whoever was closing, or if the store manager was there, put up that paper that said how many systems, because you got told in your conference call earlier in the week or earlier in that day, y'all got told in the conference call how many your store was going to get. And you got that paper, you printed it, and you taped it to your door. You mean tell me none of y'all decided to drive past and look at that door and see, like, if the GameStop said we not doing no pre-orders, we only got one pre-order, whatever, you ain't do that? Y'all was online 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. All that time. Some of y'all stayed up the whole time doing it. Y'all did live streams and was up the whole time till the sun came up and was able to be heard out the door. Because the chickens and shit telling people to wake up. The roosters and hens are telling people to wake up. And you still on there clicking, refresh. Oh, guys, it's saying it's sold out, guys. You didn't think about going to GameStop? Some of y'all did. Some of y'all did go to GameStop. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody at the GameStops, the workers / the employees, and the customers. I didn't know none of these people. I know a couple of the employees, but I don't know the customers. And everybody was cool. Everybody talking. Everybody respectful. Nobody judgmental, pushing, shoving, fighting. Nope. Everybody chilling. And guess what? No GameStop representative or mall employees was out there talking about, okay, guys, I know what you're here for. You stand here and start the line. Nope. These people organized that line by themselves. And when I walked up, it was already 12 people just standing there chilling, looking at their phones, or just talking amongst themselves with people. You know what I'm saying? Until 11 o'clock come around. Then around 11:05, store opened up. People start walking in, getting their pre-orders, smiling, walking out, saying goodbye to people that they met and all that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Shout out to every GameStop that was like that. Because I ain't seen no fights. And I watched a lot of videos. I'm going to search some more when I get off of doing this. I'm going to go look up Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order GameStop. I'm going to type those exact words in on the search bar on YouTube. Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order GameStop. Separate every word. Don't put nothing together except for GameStop. Because that's one word. But Nintendo space Switch space 2 space pre space or hyphen order GameStop. Forgot the space between pre-order after that. Boom. Then GameStop. Watch them videos. You don't see nobody out there pushing and shoving. Some of them lines got big as shit. Some of them places and districts. Some stores had 10 regular systems and 25 bundles. Some had 44 regular and 80-something bundle. Some had 20-something regular and 44 bundle. By the way, in every single city and state that I've seen any video that somebody shot a GameStop Nintendo Switch pre-order and they showed themselves go to the door, or they put a picture up before or after showing what that store said they had, every single one of those stores had way more bundles than they had regulars. You can call it a coinky dink, but there's no such thing. Irony exists, but not a coincidence. That's planned. That being said, y'all, you still didn't secure a Nintendo Switch pre-order? Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order, I shall stand corrected. Please call your various local GameStops in your city and area and ask them, because some of those stores, like I said, I didn't expect our mall store to get that many, because I don't know for people to be buying high-end items that cost over $400 or $500 from that location like that. But apparently they do, because that store got 27 regular and 53 bundles. That's 80. And that's a small store that's like the size of my bedroom connected to my living room. That being said, call your stores. Ask them, do they still have any Nintendo Switch systems available for pre-order? Because a lot of people, some of those stores didn't max out their allotment. But you gotta be careful, because in certain states, I've been reading some GameStop subreddits. A lot of different states have people who said they had GameStop pre-orders for their Switch and got called by the store manager and told they had to come get their money back. They had to cancel their joint because they pre-ordered too many. Y'all can do with that information if you will, but you can check out GameStop subreddits and you can scroll that and see that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no shame in my game. I'm not putting no links to none of that stuff in there because, again, my page is not monetized and I'm not doing that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm taking somebody else's stuff and putting it on my joint like most people be doing on YouTube, they sit in a room or whatever, and then you see videos and news clippings of somebody else's shit and somebody else reports in they shit, monetizing somebody else's shit. I ain't doing that. Ain't no green screen behind me. You ain't gonna see nothing superimposed throughout this video. I've been talking for 40 minutes. Now I'm about to end this thing off by saying, again, call your local GameStops. Check the online availability still if you want to on any of those various websites, especially Best Buy, because I'm hearing there's folks that have had success past and during the pre-order windows on the 24th and the 25th, getting pre-orders for Nintendo Switch via bestbuy.com. So check your various vendors, check your various websites, merchant websites, should I say, and find out if they still have any available. And also, if you guys go to GameStops and you know, like you had conversations, you speak to employees, they know you and all that, go in there, ask them questions. They can't tell you stuff over the phone. They breaking protocol. Go in there, you know them, ask them a question. Not just do you still got Nintendo Switch pre-order. They might be able to tell you something better. They might be able to tell you, yeah, they cut off pre-orders for right now because certain people doing dumb shit. But we want to put some more back on because we heard through the conference call, we put more back on this day or that day. You might find that out. But please, by no means, don't do these two things at all. Number one, don't hurt nobody or nothing like that to get no damn Nintendo video games. Nobody video games. Nothing. Don't hurt nobody to get nothing. You don't hurt nobody unless they try to hurt you. You got to protect yourself. Don't you go out trying to physically assail nobody because you're trying to steal something from them. Don't do that. And number two, don't forget GameStop. Don't forget GameStop. Keep checking. Keep checking. It's not a website. I mean, you can go online because I don't know how the online is going, if they're going to release some periodically, staggering some out. But I know talking to the store representatives is a way better situation because my homegirl that worked at that store that I was located at, she did my pre-order, right? It wasn't the other girl, it was her, right? Yep, it was her. So I talked to her like 2 weeks before all of this when they announced that they were going to be doing pre-orders on the 24th. Not GameStop, but Nintendo announced they were going to be letting the pre-orders now be on the 24th because they postponed them on the 9th. I asked her, did they give you any information on allotment, or is it just a pre-order right now until? She said, yep, that's what it is, a pre-order right now until. And we talked about more stuff that I won't divulge because that's company stuff. But at the end of the day, talking with her was so much better than thinking I was going to have a shot, wasting my time refreshing pages online. I would just ask her a question. Hey, are y'all even participating in Switch Jones? Did they tell y'all store going to be able to do it? She said, yeah. They ain't tell us no numbers yet, but if they tell us the numbers and you talk to me, after the conference call, hey, I'll let you know. Okay, no problem. But I never talked to her again. And then the morning of, I said, well, damn, I never talked to her, so it's my best bet just to go down there. Shit, it ain't like I'm doing something wrong, skipping some line, asking for favoritism. Nope. My ass stood in line. Nobody wasn't even at the store yet. Nobody, or at least nobody didn't come outside and say, hey, we here. The gate joint's still down in the inside of the store. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wasn't in there. You ain't see nobody behind the counter getting ready or nothing like that. So they was in the back doing whatever they was doing or whatever. At the end of the day, lower back issue. But at the end of the day, you got 53 bundles, 27 joints, and I was the 13th person. There wasn't nobody else behind me for a few minutes until about, I want to say quarter till 11. And then several people showed up behind me. But I can guarantee you, being in that line, it going in that store, me getting my turn as number 13, getting that, standing there for a little bit, checking out other stuff, PS5 stuff after I got my pre-order and stuff, not during the pre-order. I'm looking at stuff after, so I'm not holding up no line. And I can tell you, stretching and scratching, rubbing my eye at the same time. I apologize. We ain't editing it out. But I digress. I can tell you, there was not 80 people, just by my eyes, it was only like 5 or 6 people behind me. And if I count that right, that's either 18 or 19 because I was number 13. Now, more people were showing up as I left, and the people that were just walking straight past, not going in the GameStop, and the people that was going in there, I can honestly say it might have been a total of like 40-something people altogether. So it's 80 systems altogether, 27 regular, 53. I'm pretty sure some people was going down there and secured the pre-order and didn't even think it was going to be nothing down there. They probably went down there Friday and Saturday, especially Friday, because people definitely told me they got theirs on Friday and showed me the receipt. It said 425. You know what I'm saying? Mine say 424. Now, if they got some still, certain people can go into them stores and ask. They probably thought, man, they ain't gonna have none. Let me just ask, man, y'all still got some Nintendo Switch pre-orders? Uh-huh. Huh? You said, uh-huh? Yeah, I did. Which one? Either one of them? Yep. Man, can I pre-order one? Mm-hmm. You got a GameStop account? Give me the phone number. Blah, blah, blah. There you go. There you go. So, in closing, go to GameStop. I know it's several days past now, but there are still 2 ways that this is going to go. Well, technically 3, because I'm hearing, like I said, Best Buy is still staggering some out. So bestbuy.com it, GameStop in person and.com it. Make a call to your local store, ask some questions. And also, for the Nintendo Switch folks, you could have registered, and I still believe you can, but I believe the earlier that you did it was better. But it's supposed to be anybody that got over 50 hours of playtime on their Switch, as well as had a paid account for one of the various Nintendo Switch Onlines, whether the regular or the expansion pass, and also got, what you need to even have an online account, a registered Nintendo, email account, whatever. Bam, you just do that, and then May 8th, they're going to be sending out links to get one pre-ordered directly from Nintendo. You're going to have to pay the whole price right there, not put money down and pay on it. But May 8th is when they'll send out the first wave of that for the people that's eligible with those requirements that I just said. That's when that will go on there. Hold on. I just seen something going. Hold on. As I was saying, man, keep checking on the GameStop physically and the BestBuy.com website. And then, if you didn't register already on Nintendo.com with putting in your email that you want to be one of the people that could possibly get one of the links sent to you on May 8th. Again, the requirements, 50 hours of Nintendo Switch playtime, as well as a year of paid Nintendo's online experience, Switch regular or Switch expansion pass online, and a registered Nintendo account, which you have because you're online with your Switch anyway. So check that out, put that in there, and again, May 8th will be when they send out the first wave of those emails. You don't have to do it that day. They said they give you up to 3 days to use your link to click it and go pre-order. Of course, 1 console per link. As many accessories or whatever they got available you want to pre-order there, but that's the way to do that. So those are the 2 ways the 3 ways that's still plausibly feasible to do that might actually yield some results, because there's still some people that are putting up, Twitter stories and Discord quotes of them, getting their systems and stuff like that pre-order, and this is days after, so check it out. I haven't seen anything for today. It's still about 3 o'clock or whatever right now in the afternoon, so I haven't checked out anything, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to see some stuff about people getting one today or not getting one, trying in their local GameStop, saying they just sold out the day before or whatever. So again, man, check the online Best Buy, because they're rolling out staggered releases periodically. Also follow the homeboy Wario64 on Twitter. If you got Twitter/X, go ahead, follow Wario, Wario 64, the number 64, don't spell the word. Wario 64, all one word, no space. And he periodically tweets out, when systems are on sale. Available and on sale for pre-order and stuff like that. He, along with the homeboy Jake Randall, are the reason why I was able to secure a pre-order for a Microsoft Xbox Series X in 2020. I didn't think I was going to get one. Like, I was like, I don't know if I even want an Xbox. I was like, I haven't had an Xbox in a long time. And I just heard about this Game Pass stuff. I'm going to buy an Xbox Series X. And then I started, looking at videos with the homie Jake Randall. And he had mentioned Wario 64. And then one day, Jake Randall had tweeted out that he just found out through Wario that this website is available. Microsoft's own real website now has the system for pre-order. And I clicked on it off of Jake Randall John and off the Wario sub. And the next thing you know, Microsoft Jones like add to the cart. I added it to the cart, put my information in, bam. And I'm somebody who don't have no Microsoft account who you gotta like it's already up there. So I had to enter in all that information, like type in my address and all that, boom. Credit card payment, boom, and all that. And next thing you know, I was cool. They said my Jones was supposed to have came like January of the next year. I'm like, damn, they that far back? The next thing you know, mine came earlier, way earlier, because this was after the fact. And I'm like, oh, that joint came December 7th. It came like 2 weeks after I put the order in. I'm like, damn. That's what sucked. They told me it was going to be my birthday next year. Like, damn. But it came December 7th, thanks to people like Wario64 and Jake Randall. So they always going to be tweeting out when any of those websites are putting out, you know, supply. That's how people was able to get something from Target, even though I wouldn't mess around with Target because people was filling orders on there. They was getting emails saying your order has been canceled. So, again, anything that Wario or Jake Randall tweet out about the availability of pre-order links from any video game console release, pre-release, click on them Jones. They ain't staring you in the wrong place. You ain't getting rickrolled. It ain't no pay-to-play site or nothing like that. You going right to either a Walmart, a Best Buy, a GameStop, a Sony, a Microsoft, Nintendo website, wherever they saying that it's available, and they got that link directly from that. Bow. You know what I'm saying? So again, follow Jake Randall, follow the homeboy Wario64. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even say follow me. Go ahead and follow them, man. And you know, God bless everybody and their families out there. Again, at the end of this video, you want to see a couple pictures, and then it's out of here, man. Nintendo Switch 2 is on deck. I'm gonna be playing my Mario Kart World, locking it down in the beginning. I didn't even get a Pro controller pre-order, so I got to see about that because I wasn't even thinking about that. I was like, I'll wait. I only got Mario Kart right now, and I don't even worry about using the Pro controller for that. So maybe when I go buy my first like big action adventure, like maybe when I get Donkey Kong Bonanza in July, maybe then I'll worry about like getting the joint. Like, I'll just get one, but I'm not paying no exorbitant eBay fees. Peace, people. As always, be blessed, less stress, fear no evil, stay vigilant. God bless you and all your families. Nintendo Switch 2.